These are Chinese robotics engineers who just built something that will make you question what's real and what's artificial. Meet Moya, the world's first fully biomimetic AI robot that doesn't just look human, she feels human too. Picture this. A 5-foot, 5-inch figure walks into a room with the grace of a person, makes eye contact that follows you naturally, and when you shake hands, her skin is warm to the touch at a very human 95 degrees Fahrenheit. This isn't science fiction anymore. This is Moya, and she represents China's latest leap in a robotics race that's leaving the rest of the world scrambling to catch up. The unveiling happened just weeks ago at Shanghai's Zhangjiang Robotics Valley, where DroidUp, also known as Joyide Robotics, introduced what they're calling a breakthrough in embodied artificial intelligence. And the numbers behind this robot are as staggering as her appearance. Moya weighs in at 70 pounds, stands exactly 5 feet 5 inches tall, and packs more than 30 joints that move with 92% accuracy compared to human movement. But here's where it gets really interesting. Her face alone contains over 25 facial motors, capable of displaying more than 60 different micro-expressions. We're talking about subtle eyebrow raises, slight lip movements, and natural eye tracking that creates an uncanny sense of genuine emotion. The technology powering this isn't just impressive, it's revolutionary. Moya runs on 2 proprietary systems developed entirely in-house. The first is called the Cerebellum Motion Control Model, which handles all her balance and movement coordination. Think of it as the system that prevents her from walking like a robot and instead gives her that natural human gait. The second system uses cross-modal transfer learning algorithms that connect speech patterns with facial expressions and contextual understanding, allowing her to respond not just with words, but with appropriate emotional displays. But let's talk about what makes Moya truly different from every other humanoid robot we've seen. It's that warm skin. This isn't just a marketing gimmick. The robot actively maintains a body temperature between 89 and 97 degrees Fahrenheit. When you touch Moya, she doesn't feel like cold metal or hard plastic. She feels warm, almost alive, which is exactly what her creators intended. Li Qingdu, the founder of DroidUp and a professor at the University of Shanghai for Science and Technology, put it perfectly when he said, "A robot that truly serves human life should be warm, almost like a living being that people can connect with." Most robots on the market today have hard shells and feel cold and mechanical. This philosophy has driven 20 years of research that led to this moment. And Li Qingdu isn't just some startup founder with big dreams. This man has been setting robotics records for nearly a decade. Back in 2015, his team's Walker No. 1 robot walked continuously for 134.03 kilometers, earning a Guinness World Record. Last year, their Walker 2 robot competed in the world's first humanoid robot half marathon in Beijing, finishing 3rd place after running for 4 hours and 25 minutes without a single battery swap. While other robots dropped out or needed power replacements, Walker 2 just kept going. The technology timeline here is fascinating. DroidUp was established in May 2021, but the foundational research goes back decades. They completed their angel funding round in November 2023, followed by a massive Series A round of 100 million yuan in October 2024. Then, just after Moya's unveiling, they secured another nearly 100 million yuan in pre-A plus funding, bringing their total recent funding to about $28 million. Now here's where this story gets really wild: the business model. Moya isn't just a tech demo. DroidUp plans to start selling these robots in late 2026 with a starting price of 1.2 million yuan, which translates to about $173,000. That might sound expensive, but consider what you're getting: a robot that can hold multi-turn conversations, remember details from past interactions, navigate unstructured environments without pre-mapped routes, and do it all while maintaining natural human-like appearance and behavior. The modular design is particularly clever. Moya's entire platform can be reconfigured with different gender characteristics and appearances while keeping all the core hardware identical. This means one production line can serve multiple market segments, dramatically reducing manufacturing costs as they scale up production. Speaking of scale, DroidUp expects to produce several hundred units this year, ramping up to 2,000 to 5,000 units by 2026. But even those numbers pale in comparison to what's happening across China's entire robotics industry. Here's a statistic that should wake up anyone in the tech industry. China has filed 7,705 humanoid robot patents over the past 5 years. That's 5 times more than the United States. They account for 54% of global industrial robot installations and are now home to more than 150 humanoid robot companies. The sector is expanding at over 50% annually, with the market scale expected to reach 100 billion yuan, about $14.22 billion. But wait, it gets more impressive. Nearly 90% of all humanoid robots sold globally in 2025 were Chinese. Let me repeat that. 9 out of 10 humanoid robots purchased anywhere in the world last year came from Chinese companies. The top manufacturers include Agibot, Unitree, UBTech, Leju Robotics, Engine AI, and Fourier Intelligence, with DroidUp now joining this elite group. The financing activity tells the story of an industry in hypergrowth. China's robotics sector saw 610 investment deals totaling 50 billion yuan, that's $7 billion, in just the first 9 months of 2025. That represents a 250% increase year over year. These aren't small bets. This is serious institutional money flowing into what investors clearly see as the next major technology platform. The Chinese government isn't just watching this happen, they're actively driving it. The March 2025 government work report specifically identified embodied AI alongside quantum technologies and 6G as core tools for building future industries. Premier Li Qiang highlighted embodied AI at the World AI Conference, positioning it alongside large language models as areas experiencing major breakthroughs. This strategic focus is concentrated in places like Zhangjiang Robotics Valley, where Moya was unveiled. This isn't just some industrial park, it's a carefully orchestrated ecosystem that has attracted about 100 companies covering 60% of the robotics industry chain. Major players like ABB have established their global robotics R&D, production, and application base there, alongside Chinese companies like Agibot, Fourier, Kepler, and now DroidUp. But let's address the elephant in the room, the uncanny valley effect. Social media reactions to Moya have been polarizing. Some viewers are fascinated by her realism, while others find her movements unsettling. Comments range from genuine amazement to people saying things like, "If she dares to take 2 steps towards my bed, I'm throwing her off the balcony," and "It walks like a ghost, looks like a deterrent for burglars." This reaction isn't unexpected. The uncanny valley is a well-documented psychological phenomenon where humans feel comfortable with objects that are clearly artificial or clearly human, but experience discomfort with things that fall in between. Most robotics companies deliberately avoid this zone by designing clearly mechanical or cartoon-like robots. DroidUp has chosen the opposite approach. They're trying to cross the uncanny valley entirely rather than avoid it. There's also been some controversy about potential adult applications, given Moya's realistic appearance and warm skin. While DroidUp focuses on business applications in healthcare, education, and commercial environments, the design choices inevitably raise questions about other potential uses. The company maintains that their focus is on applications where appearance, body language, and sustained interaction matter more than speed or strength. The technical capabilities support this positioning. Moya can operate in unstructured environments like homes or busy public areas without needing pre-scanned maps or fixed markers. She uses a suite of cameras and LiDAR sensors for autonomous path planning and real-time obstacle avoidance. The robot can hold extended conversations while remembering context from previous interactions, making her suitable for roles requiring ongoing relationship building. But there are practical limitations that temper the excitement. Moya still displays some stiffness in her movements, and her skin maintains a slightly plastic appearance despite the warm temperature. Most significantly, like other humanoid robots, she can only operate for 2 to 3 hours per charge, which limits practical industrial applications. Industry experts are also warning about potential bubble conditions. China's National Development and Reform Commission noted in November that with over 150 humanoid robotics companies producing similar products, there's risk of market oversaturation. Wang Chuang from Shanghai-based Agibot pointed out that current battery limitations make most humanoid robots unsuitable for serious industrial use. Yet the market projections remain bullish. The global humanoid robot market is expected to grow at 39.2% annually from 2025 to 2030. RBC Capital Markets forecasts a global total addressable market of $9 trillion by 2050, with China accounting for more than 60% of that massive figure. This brings us to a critical realization about global technology competition. While Western companies have focused on software and AI algorithms, China has been quietly building the hardware and manufacturing capabilities to bring AI into the physical world. The result is a situation where Chinese companies control 90% of the humanoid robot market in a technology that will fundamentally reshape manufacturing and labor. The implications go far beyond individual products like Moya. We're watching the emergence of embodied artificial intelligence, AI systems that don't just process information, but can perceive, reason, and act in the physical world. This represents a paradigm shift from AI as a software service to AI as a physical presence that can perform real-world tasks. DroidUp's roadmap reflects this vision. From 2025 to 2027, they plan to focus on business-to-business services, implementing solutions in cultural tourism performances, security patrols, and scientific research education. They're building what they call a full robotics software and hardware industry chain. Essentially, everything needed to design, manufacture, deploy, and maintain humanoid robots at scale. The timing couldn't be more significant. As AI language models reach new levels of capability, the missing piece has been physical embodiment. Robots like Moya represent the bridge between digital AI and real-world application. Wang Xinxin, founder of Unitree, believes the ChatGPT moment for robotics will come when robots can complete about 80% of tasks in unfamiliar settings simply by following voice or text instructions. Looking at Moya's specifications and capabilities, that moment might be closer than we think. Her ability to navigate unstructured environments, maintain natural conversations while displaying appropriate emotional responses, and remember interaction history suggests we're approaching that 80% threshold. The broader context makes this even more remarkable. Just 5 years ago, humanoid robots were primarily research projects or expensive tech demonstrations. Today, Chinese companies are manufacturing them at scale, driving down costs and preparing for mass market deployment. The shift from laboratory curiosity to commercial product has happened with breathtaking speed. This acceleration is visible in DroidUp's own timeline. Walker number 1 set a world record in 2015. Walker 2 competed in marathons in 2024. Walker 3 launched in July 2025 with advanced navigation capabilities. And now, Moya represents a quantum leap in human-robot interaction design, all within a decade of focused development. The economic implications are staggering. If RBC's projections are correct, humanoid robotics could become a $9 trillion global market by 2050. For context, that's larger than the current GDP of China or the United States. We're not just talking about a new product category. We're talking about a fundamental restructuring of human labor and interaction. China's early dominance in this space isn't accidental. It's the result of coordinated government policy, massive private investment, and a manufacturing ecosystem capable of rapid iteration and scaling. While Western companies debate AI safety and regulation, Chinese companies are shipping products that integrate AI with physical robotics. The question now isn't whether humanoid robots will become commonplace, but how quickly they'll integrate into daily life and what that integration will look like. Moya, with her warm skin, natural expressions, and conversational abilities, offers one vision of that future, one where the line between artificial and human becomes increasingly blurred. As we stand at this technological inflection point, Moya represents more than just an impressive engineering achievement. She's a glimpse into a future where artificial intelligence doesn't just think like humans, but looks, feels, and acts like them too. Whether that future excites or unsettles you probably depends on which side of the uncanny valley you find yourself on. The race for humanoid robotics supremacy is well underway, and China has taken a commanding early lead. Moya isn't just a robot. She's a statement about the future of human-AI interaction, and that future is arriving faster than most of us imagined.